following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
And I was like, yes, hi. I was so excited.
Oh, we been high. We been high again.
Okay, hi.
A guy get to a point and he asks you to marry him, he really wants to marry you.
Mm-hmm. He ready.
Like he really feels like, you know what, she's the one. She's the one.
You already getting the goods. You got to pay for it. Bring me the ring and get on one knee.
Okay.
Or two.
You need time to observe someone and really get a sense of how well do they treat you, how well do they handle adversity.
You're not the one because you don't have grit, the perseverance. You ain't really want me because you ready to give up. Because I said no. Nah, you shouldn't have asked. But since I said no, now it's your job to stay in the game and try to fight for it.
Boy on 5 Heartbeats, when you make the announcement you're going solo at the awards ceremony.
What up, and happy One Eye Shut Day. Welcome to the dopest podcast out there, the podcast of many topics from the perspective of 3 married couples. So we missed you last week. We didn't do a show last week. We took a little bit of a break for a variety of reasons, but we are back and we are bringing you another dope episode of One Eye Shut. I'm going to go ahead and get started today with my word of the day or how I'm feeling today. Why? Just because I want to. And because I'm feeling a little punchy. Is that the word we decided on the other day? Well, I guess the other week. Was it punchy? I think y'all came up with it.
Punchy was the word.
Yeah. I'm feeling a little punchy today, so here it is. And I'm not real sure why or when it happened. I don't know. So just before this, I had a great conversation with my oldest sister. I guess I don't really have to, I don't know. She's the only one left, so my older sister. Just a really good conversation. Great to speak to her and hear her. And so I think that's what kind of changed my mood and got me to where I am. So let's go ahead and go to the crew. How are y'all feeling this evening? Let's start with the glimpse.
I knew it. What's good? We said we've been here since New Year, so Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, all that stuff again to y'all. We black folks will say it through the whole January until MLK Day. But yeah, man, missed y'all last week. I don't have a word for this week, but I have a phrase for this week. How I'm feeling. Shout out to Goody Mob. Boredom besets me like a pack of wild hounds on a bloody fox. That's how I'm feeling right now.
What translation, please? Translation. What?
Y'all never heard that?
If he said it with dude, like he was feeling that.
But that's it's Pooh. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no doubt.
That's why I said it like that. They don't understand why I said it like that. That's why I said shout out to Goody Mob from the from They Don't Dance No More, the intro. From Still Standing. So there's a skit. And I say that because due to my family being under the weather, I've been held out of work for the last 2 weeks. So I'm bored as hell. And so that's why I'm saying boredom besets me like a pack of wild hounds on a bloody fox. So yes, that's my phrase for the week. That's what's going on here.
I got some stuff for you to do. You don't have to be bored.
I got some stuff for him to do.
You might maybe should have kept that to yourself.
No, that don't mean I can't say no.
We bored in the house, bored together. Yes. Hello, everyone. Happy 2021. We kind of brought 2021 in with a lovely sickness. We are recovering from my father calls it. It's very funny. He calls it the COVID. So
Put
that guy,
some respect on it.
that guy is hilarious. Oh my God! But anyway, yeah. So it's been. Whew, just for me, I think it hit me the hardest. Jay actually tested negative. Thank you, Jesus. And the boys are okay. So it's just really kicking my butt, to be completely honest. But I'm gonna be all right. I mean, I have an arsenal full of essential oils, and I'm drinking teas and herbs and all types of stuff. So I'm okay. I'm feeling good, which is good. Yeah, just ready to really take care of myself for 2021 and get my life popping and get my life going. We've of course we talk about this throughout the past year since we've been in this lovely pandemic, and all the family members and I guess us ourselves too who have been really have felt the after effects of COVID. Shout out to my lovely, amazing uncle cousin. That's another story, but he Anthony, my cousin Anthony, he actually just got diagnosed with congestive heart failure, and he had it in August, and so it's just a lot. So I'm really looking forward for my family, for us to take care of our health so that we don't have any after effects of this, and just really be mindful of everything, that we're putting antibodies on our bodies and all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to 2021, even though it's been a little crazy. Started off with a little bit of ruckus. We here thus far.
Life would be so boring without a little bit of ruckus.
Yeah.
Bring the motherfucking ruckus.
Oh, you peasy head motherfucker.
Right.
All right. I see we're gonna let's see how long you're gonna keep it going, Jay. With the one-liners from the songs. That fit with what we're
word.
talking
Hip hop
about.
one-liners,
So, come
I'm
on,
with it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm hitting everybody's
Let's go.
topic. Let's go. Keep going.
Okay. Stevens. Happy New Year. How y'all doing?
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hey.
Yes, glad to be back. I'll go ahead and give my word. Being that it's the new year, like everybody else, I just feel like my word is refresh. So I'm trying to get my little energy and get some strength, all of the above for my new year. And I'm really trying to find that inner Pisces type thing. So I bought some sage. I'll be calling my girl soon to give me some oils.
Yes, ma'am.
Some new energy and some strength. But yeah, that's my word of today.
Refresh. I like it. Thomas.
All right, no doubt. I'm gonna go with the word resurrection. I don't feel like the same person that I was a month ago. So just feel like I'm moving in a different way, so to speak.
Machiavelli in this mother. No,
You stupid. I can't stand it.
Shout out to Tupac.
I'm really doing a lot of things differently. So I want that to encompass my everyday life as well. So I just feel resurrected.
Yes, it sounds like some good stuff coming out the Stevens household for 2021. That's what I'm talking about.
I wonder why. It's almost like somebody got engaged again or something.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I was just say, Dad, we should. If I had known you was gonna go there, Thomas, I'd have let y'all go last. Perfect segue right there.
Right.
But all right, now we must go to the lovely Alvin Glenn.
Okay.
What's good? Appreciate that, wifey.
I'm gonna start introducing you that way on our show. The lovely Alvin. Okay,
Lovely
go ahead.
Alvin. All right. Oh, what's going on, y'all? Happy New Year, co-host. Happy New Year, listeners. Definitely good to be back, and it's good to hear y'all's words. All of them made me feel better. I love Refresh because I think that's what I spent a lot of time over the break and kind of going into the new year, and really just all last year. I really was intentional throughout the year to make sure I tried to build my energy up because it was such a rough year. And so as I came up on the end of the year, it was just a continuation of what I tried to do. And this show was part of it, actually, that refreshing, right? So my word of the day, though, is prioritize. And I think prioritize because as I came out of refreshing and feeling real ready for 2021, part of what I want to make sure I focus on doing is not getting overcommitted on stuff and just picking up extra stuff, because I think this is a year where I need to lessen my connections with other things so that I could put a lot of energy in the things that I'm prioritizing. And there are projects that I'm going to be working on that really I need to have a leadership role on, and I need to have a lot of time and commitment. So where I think I have a tendency when I see attractive opportunities to say yes, and sometimes they not align with my goals, I'm not doing that.
That's that side chick piece we were talking about.
So as I come across attractive opportunities, I want to make sure they align with my goals. And this show is definitely a priority. But honestly, as I was coming into the new year, one of those days I was chilling in my the man cave, the blue room. I made a list of like 10 things that I have like work, business, podcasting. Yeah, my list was at 10. I can't sustain that this year. I'm trying to shit down to 5. That's my goal. So prioritize is where I'm at. That's my word.
Nice.
Let's get it, y'all.
Number 1 and 2. I'm all for the prioritizing. Let's get it. All right. So I want to.
You on mute?
I want to swing it back around to the Stevens. We heard some fabulous R words coming from that side. A 4-syllable word. You know, Thomas had to break out the SAT word, 4 syllables and
7 syllables and shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like he a whole new person operating in a different way. Did y'all hear how he said that?
He did.
That man said he moving through the world differently. Tom, talk to us about that.
Talk to me, man.
And really talk to us about some of the action steps that you have taken recently in this new way that you're operating in the universe. The one that, entails the woman sitting right next to you. That's what we want to hear about.
What happened now?
Oh, I don't know. You tell us. You don't know what, Kater.
I seen the video.
You tell us.
I'm going to start off with one of the minor things.
Okay.
It's just that, okay, so I used to wash a lot of dishes, I think, right? Like I know
wash a lot of dishes.
Right. So, but I didn't wash them all the time. So what I'm trying to do now is, and I've been doing it, every day for a while, or I make sure that it's done, but without going to bed with any, dishes in the sink or waking up with the dishes. So just trying to make sure that, that she always has a clean space to operate in the kitchen. So And like I said, that's something minor that should have been getting done. But right now, I'm trying to make it my business and my priority to keep it done.
I love it. I love it.
Is that true?
That's true.
Okay.
That's been going on.
Oh, we got agreement number 1. We starting off real good, y'all. They live in the same house for real.
I'm on
I was starting
the
out
wrong
bad.
show. Hold on. I gotta go, y'all. I'm on the wrong show. I gotta get on the One Eye Shut show.
Hey, that's funny because
Now
we
you
were.
getting put on that boat. Keep
Hey,
going.
hey, so before I get to that point, well, I'm gonna say this. So I just had, I would say, a revelation because I was looking at things all wrong. I guess I was looking at everything through my lens and not our lens. You know, so I felt like I need to. Y'all can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yes.
So
Amen.
I felt like
we just waiting for you to finish dropping the knowledge. You know, we just like.
I feel like I need to make it my business to make my wife feel special all the time. Even, you know, I mean, no matter what, just try to make her feel special. So, okay, so I surprised her with a friend. I had her friends come down, and we just hung out. We ate something, had a few drinks, and she I was talking, and I was telling the friend, I was like, yeah, you know, we never really exchanged things for Christmas, and so I said, this is the year. I said I wasn't gonna let a year go by where I didn't shower my wife with gifts and at least give her the Christmas that I think she deserves. At least give her a resemblance of it, what I think that she actually deserves. Even though I can't give her everything she deserves, but what come close to it. So he was like, damn. And Keita friend looked at him and she was like, damn, Thomas, man, you putting that heat on me, man. I was like, nah, man, I ain't trying to put pressure on you. I said, because it took me a while to get there. You know what I'm saying? But I just see things, I just see it differently now. And I'm glad I see it that way. And so I know Keita's beginning to see it too, because so we were going to sleep or we were waking up or something. She was like, man, I just feel, I feel weird. And I'm like, what you mean? She was like, I just feel like something might happen to me. And I was like, what you talking about? She was like, because you're doing like so many wonderful things for me, like all the time. Like I feel like something might go wrong. And I was like, damn, I'm doing things and I'm making you feel an adverse effect about it. And I was like, damn, I've been doing it all wrong. If now I'm doing things often and then making you feel, subjected to it, or something may go wrong that I'm doing it. And I was like, damn, man, I felt bad about it because I realized that I wasn't doing it often enough and it feels strange to her.
Okay, hold on real quick. I got to ask some questions here. So when did you experience this shift, Thomas? When did you experience this shift?
So let me add, can I add
to
your win and my why?
Okay,
so what, and the what? So what happened to make you have this shift? When and why do you think it happened?
It's gonna be odd because it just felt like I woke up and I really looked at myself like outside of myself, and I just felt like I wasn't doing enough. That I'm just plain and simple not doing enough, and because like having talks with her, and then but like she can talk, she's blue in the face, but until I see it for myself, that's the only way it's gonna make a difference.
Keita, what'd you say? Until you see it, what?
And until I see it, it's not gonna make a difference because I'm thinking that it's fine, but because not really seeing marriage. Like, okay, coming home, laughing, joking, having a little fun, getting a drink, whatever, stuff like that. That's what you grow up and I'm thinking marriage is. But marriage is, yes, it's a partnership, it's a relationship, but it's really, really enjoying each other's company. you know, and making each other feel like nothing else matters, you know, but us, you know, because like I always.
Wait, I got the gun. I gotta give you some love for that one. Hold on, Thomas. Yes, Thomas. Yes. Go ahead. You can keep going now. I'm sorry.
I was always on some stuff, and this been like probably, you know, up until like last year. So I was always on some stuff like the kids, you know, the kids first, you know, the kids first. You make sure the kids do, and you know, and of course I'm still on the kid. But I remember, you know, Jay was like, man, damn, them cats, we in this for us. We got to do what we need to do. So, but
yeah, fuck them kids.
Right. And, but like it hit me because like for Christmas we always the kids. So like I was telling, you know what I'm saying, my man Quentin that who would make the couple, and I was like, man, damn that, man, them kids gonna, you know, they gonna ride, they gonna do their thing, we're gonna do for them, but I gotta make my wife feel like something. You know what I'm saying? I gotta let her feel like that she made the right decision. You know, so, and that's how I'm looking at it now. You know, that's how I'm taking it now. I'm taking it personal, so to speak.
I love it, Thomas.
Yes, Thomas. Keita, what's happening, Keita? What's going on, boo, with all of this goodness?
Oh, I wish I could see y'all's face.
Shout out to all of our listeners. We promise this shit is not staged. This shit is all of us right now. So
right.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay, I looked at you. I said, how that sound?
Go ahead.
Hey, that sounds perfect, bro.
Right.
Yeah, crazy. Well, like he said, how I really didn't want to tell him because I'm the type of person, I'm considered like one of the strong ones or like strong friends. So I felt a little uneasy because I was getting so much attention, you know, because it's something I never felt from him or I'll say anyone. And so it just made me feel like I had to think about it because you know how people always say, you know, say what you feel because you don't want it to happen or whatever. So I was like, man, I didn't really want to tell him how I was feeling, but I was like, you know what? Let me tell him because I don't want this to happen. Because I really felt like, well, dang, you giving me my flowers now, knowing that's what you're supposed to do. But it just made me feel like, well, is something going to happen? And that just come from my anxiety and stuff like that. And you just
felt
see
too good to be true.
Yeah. So it made me feel a little uneasy, but I'm trying to take it in. And it was one day you asked me, was it something I said, well, why are you doing this? I said, I don't need that. Please don't give me that or whatever like that. He was like, well, dang, can you just take stuff? And then I was like, well, in a way, I just don't feel right. And I was like, well, Thomas, you got to understand it's steps too. You can't just have me come with open arms and be like, oh, yes. Like I got it's steps to this. You know what I'm saying? So
no.
You was trying to tell him there was levels to this shit, Keita?
That's what
that
I heard.
You was
There's
trying to
levels to
say?
this
There's
shit.
levels to this shit, Thomas. You got to give it to me little by little. I can't handle all of this right now. It's overwhelming.
I've never been that person. Never in my life. I've never been that person to you know get out there and express or hold hands in front of like give someone like kiss in front of the kid. Like never ever. That's just not me. I'm just like, okay, whatever we do or our emotional, you know, affection or whatever, that can be just sheltered amongst us. But I guess, you know, just doing different things and saying different things and I guess extending, you know, my emotions to her, it is bringing some of that stuff out of me, you know. So, and I guess they say being uncomfortable is a good thing.
Yeah, man.
You know, so that's,
and
I guess,
kids, it's important for them kids to see you love on you on their mama.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's very important. It's beautiful.
Because I never, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I can never revert back to me. I never seen anything of that. I can't say one time I seen my mom and dad hug or kiss or, you know, my grandma. I mean, I just can't say I have. So, like, I just didn't grow up with me. And it took a lot for me to get there. That's why my saying to Keita was always, man, wrong. I guess until I'm there. And now I'm there, and I'm happy that I'm there. It really feels great.
Good shit.
Thomas.
Good
shit. Gina, you was about to say something though. What was you about to say, Gina, before?
I don't even know. Look, Keita.
So one last thing. So I just don't want my wife to say or see anything or hear a story and say that, I don't think I ever been loved like that before.
Yes.
Hey, yo,
I don't know. Thomas, you might need to stop. You probably making us lose like a third of our listeners that are men, right? Because you got the hot seat now. All their women looking at them like, when you gonna step up? When you gonna make me feel special?
Right. Now all the dudes is like, I don't like that show no more. Don't listen to them, baby. I don't like that show.
Just like I told Q, I was like, Q, man, it takes time for different people. Like, it took me a while. We've been here for a while. We've been stagnant for a while. I've been, mostly stunted for a while, and I, still am. But I want to change. I want to do different, and I think that's the difference. I don't even know if I really wanted to, but now I know. I want to.
But what's cool though, Pooh, is Thomas. It's funny calling you Thomas, but when I say Pooh on here, people are like, "Who is he talking to?" So it's it's cool because we've had these conversations around other aspects of life, right? So whether it's around Defy Life, or whether it's around business, whether it's around fatherhood, anything, finances. What I always tell you, that when you speak in abundance, you live in abundance, right?
Right.
And we've had that conversation several times, and it's the same in your relationship. And it took, it took me a while to get that phrase that when you speak in abundance, and it comes back to you. And right. when you invest in your woman, you're gonna get that back. And you never have to wonder why. Like, some dudes always wonder, man, why she always got an attitude? Why she always pissed off at me? Like, that ain't her fault. That's what you're getting because that's what you're putting in. So kudos to you, man. I'm proud of you.
I appreciate it, man.
Yes, I'm proud of you as well. And what a wonderful pivot. Like, you have made I don't know, 720. You making our head spin. Like, what?
Right. It's like somebody to fix your credit. Like, you just.
I'm saying, it's a beautiful thing.
Isn't there something missing from this story though, Keita?
Yes, we waiting for the. Come on,
yeah, Keita, come on, Keita.
I'll do the intro to it because I give you guys what I'm thinking. I'll let Keita finish it up. Okay, so
he's stepping up.
Stop it, y'all. Please stop.
Oh, he said I want to be different. I'm gonna be.
I guess I don't want to say disgruntled, but I guess the realization of it, Keita was disgruntled with the proposal. I mean, okay.
Wait.
Repeat what you just said. I missed that.
Old proposal. The previous. She was disgruntled.
The first. Okay. All right. Yeah, you had it. Okay.
Yeah. So all right. So I figured, I said, what, this right here gonna be it. I'm gonna redo it. I don't know how. I said first I gotta let me get my hands. Let me go find a ring. Let me get my hands on the ring. I thought on it. Prayed on it. Got a blessing. Got the ring. All right. Boom. So now I'm like, okay. So how am I gonna get her parents in the same spot, in the same fold? So I didn't do anything. Next thing I know, her mom called. Boom, yeah, I'm gonna come spend the night so the kids wake up with the kids on Christmas. And I said, okay, boom, one down. Then Then like the next day, her dad called. Yeah, I'm on the way to South Carolina. You know, we gonna come over there for Christmas for a little while. And I was like, oh wow, okay. I said, okay, boom, that happened. Then her sister called, was like, well, Keita, since everybody down there, I'm gonna drive on down there too to hang out. Then her brother, you know, yeah, I'm coming too. I was like, damn, you know, this is, you know, it just
everything was just falling into place and shit for you, wasn't it? Though, I mean, yes,
all online, you know, God working it out. So you know that's what's up. So I was like, man, all I got to do is don't drop the ball. You know, all I got to do is fumble the ball. So I thought about it, you know, what I was gonna do, how I was gonna do. I was like, man,
so basically, everybody was calling like me and you, your mama and your cousin too.
Right. So we got everybody in, and they came in. I'm like, okay, now I'm trying to figure out, you know, how I'm gonna do it. So with the 12 days of Christmas. 12 days of Christmas, right? Yeah, 12 days of Christmas. So I reenacted like our first 2 years of our life, you know, meeting each other. Our first love story, our first horror movie, played, you know, and the day before Christmas, what I did was I took her to the spot where we met with the kids, and I took a toast. We made a toast. We had like sparkling, bubbly wine. I mean, not wine, but the grape juice. So I took the kids out there, let the kids see the spot, and we took a toast, you know, had a toast out there. So, but I don't know if she was realizing that, you know, everything was, I took her to the first sandwich shop. We had our first sandwich, first meal place. We had our first meal. So, and so right before, so I was like, hey, you know what? I wonder what I need to put on for Christmas, knowing it wasn't going any further in our living room, right? So, I put out 2 fits, and I was like, hey, what you think? What you think I should wear? And she was like, man, just go ahead, go all out, you know, go ahead and put the white on. I was like, you sure, the white? She was like, yeah. So now she didn't know that she was dressing me up for it, whatever she wanted me in to do it in. So put it on, you know, got shaved, called Carter down. I was like, Carter, man, I'm going to let you in on something big. He was like, what happened, Dad? What'd I do? I was like, nothing, bro, you good. I said, man, bro, you good. And I pulled out the ring, and he was like, wow, you know, that's mommy's. And I was like, yeah, I'm about to re-propose to her. I'm about to propose again. He was like, oh, Dad, that's dope. And I said, I want you to do something for me. He was like, what? I said, I want you to hold it for me. And when I ask you for it, or lean over to you, you hand it to me. He was like, Dad, you trusting me with that? And I was like, what you mean? Who else am I going to trust? And and he was like, hey, you know, I might drop it or something, or somebody might see it. And I was like, bro, nobody can see it. You good. Play it cool. So he went out with it. And so we went out there. Oh, so I'm getting out the shower, getting dressed, and I hear Keita being fast, you know. Bro, I'm not even out there, you know. I'm not even out there now. I'm not even out there. Yeah, y'all come on, you know, grandma. Yeah, grandma and granddaddy, y'all come on eat. And I'm like, Dad, she about to eat without me? She about to wait, you know, pray when I'm out there? So I yelled out that, you know, I guess they had to know something was suspect. I yell out, hey, y'all, you know, Junior, her dad. I was like, hey, Junior, tell them to wait on me. I'm going to bless the food. And I was like, so Junior said, Thomas, you going to bless the food? I was like, yeah, I'm going to bless the food. You
and
know.
Everybody in the house, Thomas blessing the food.
So Junior went out there, he delivered it, you know, yeah, y'all don't touch nothing. Thomas blessing the food. So I come out, and everybody circle up and you know, hold hands and whatnot. And then Quanda said, what the hell? Said, Thomas, you jumped out like that, boy. You coming in the living room? You got on all white shoe. Like, what's going on? Like, this it? I was like, she said, no, man, something ain't right. She done brought out her phone. She said, something ain't right. You know, I'm recording you. Blessing the food because something ain't right. So I called her mom. That's when I called her mom up, and I apologized because when I asked when she found out we were engaged, like the next day, she was upset. She was really upset. She was like, Thomas asked you, to marry him, and he ain't say nothing to me. He ain't talking to me about nothing. And I was like, man, I was saying to myself, like, well, I didn't know, I didn't know. And I really didn't feel bad about it. I did, but I didn't. I was like, well, I mean, it happened, but now I understand. So I went to, I apologized. Hey, I know I did things all the wrong way. And I know when you found out that I had proposed, you were upset because I didn't come to you and ask you for your blessing. But if you allow me, I would love to make it right. And she was like, oh, Tommy, that's all right. And I was like, no, I want to make it right. And I said, do you mind? I said, do you mind if I marry your daughter? She was like, nah, I don't mind. I don't mind. And I was like, okay, thank you. I appreciate it. So I turned to her dad and I said the same exact thing to him. I said, hey, man, I know you got blindsided. I didn't come to you, ask you to marry your daughter. And I know fathers wait for that. They expect a guy to ask for their hand in marriage, for their daughter. And I was like, hey, you mind if I marry your daughter? Will you give me your blessing? He was like, yeah, man, good, give me your blessing. So at that point, I pressed play on the radio, and I asked Carter for a ring, and I went over there and got on my knee.
What did you play on the radio?
It's called Her. The name of it is Her Song, and it's by her.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful song.
Mm-hmm. It is. Keita.
Yes.
What you got to say? Let's hear your version. You gonna fill in the gaps? How did you feel? Did he tell the story? Like, what did he leave out? Like, come on. I need you to say something.
Well, Thomas,
bring the juice.
Tell y'all this: the 12 days, it was good. So I'm happy for you and Jay, to give us that idea because we had a good time with it. It was a little hiccups on some things. Some days he'd come out, he'd have a gift, and it's like, let's don't even do it. Don't worry about it.
It's an attitude.
Yeah.
He said I got an attitude, but it was good. I still didn't have no clue what Thomas was doing. But we had a good time. But as far as with the proposal, I had no clue because I'm shaking in the kitchen, like we doing whatever.
Hey, for those of you who don't know, shaking Urban Dictionary is you and them making things move. You're getting in there, getting it done.
Yes,
Urban
I'm
Dictionary.
shaking and baking. So I didn't have no clue with Thomas. I really was lost until we had to wait for him because Thomas is always, if you don't know him, he's always slow. Okay? So he's slow. And Thomas' mom, you forgot that his mom showed up too.
Oh yeah, my mom
his
came.
Mom
my
came.
My brother came.
Because his mom personality is,
you ain't gonna outdo me.
Oh no. Keita mama and dad ain't gonna outdo me, so I'm coming to get my gifts too.
Yeah, it's me. Yeah, right.
No, wait a minute, Pooh. Did you tell your mom about it though, so that she could be there?
No, my mom didn't have a clue. The only person I told
she didn't have no clue.
I love this.
The video, I was like, oh, look at Miss Essie. Because I was laughing at her so bad because of the way she was looking. Like, what Pooh doing on his knees? Like, Pooh already done married him. So, everybody was shocked. My grandparents were shocked. And I didn't know that he was going to do it until everybody kept saying, where is Thomas? And he want to bless the food. I was like, Thomas ain't want to bless no food.
Not my Thomas.
Then they said, no, wait, Thomas want to bless the food. I said, well, okay. So we ended up waiting. And then that's when I noticed he was fumbling. I was like, Thomas is about to do something. And I can't believe he's about to do it right now. So it shocked me. I was in tears. So, y'all, I'm not going to say nothing no more about the proposal.
That means he made up for Rakita.
Even though I didn't have the roses and all that stuff, like, you know, what I was dreaming and saying I needed this and that, I'm good. I'm satisfied because, you know, I'm a family person, so it was good.
Yes, Thomas.
Congratulations.
You redeemed yourself. And look, just because Peter ain't gonna say nothing about the proposal, that don't mean the rest of us ain't gonna keep making wing jokes.
There you
End of the day, propose over some wings.
No, this is mad funny though. But no, seriously though, how did your family react to the chicken wing proposal? And how did Thomas? Thomas, what I want to know, Keita, what did your parents say to his chicken wing proposal? Did we talk about that? I don't know if we did.
about that.
No, we didn't.
Oh, my dad, he's like he really didn't care. He didn't. He was just happy that I was getting married and that was good or whatever. He had liked Thomas, so he had no problem with that. My mom did not like it. As far as the proposal, she was fine. You know, she didn't care if it was with under chicken or whatever.
Whatever.
She, chicken. She didn't care that the only thing she didn't like was Thomas did not tell her.
Mm-hmm.
So if she felt like, you know, dang, like he didn't, she felt disrespected. She really did. It took her a little time to kind of get over that. Because she felt like, so, you know, he should have definitely told her what his plans was with her baby girl, because I'm the baby girl.
So did he redeem himself with your mom?
Yes, she was shocked. She said, my dad was so funny. He was like, I've never seen that like this.
I ain't never seen nothing like that. I'm amazed.
Somebody appreciate that.
Yeah.
So he put it down in the books of his, you know, whatever he's seen.
It's on his bucket list.
He said he appreciated it. So, no, she was fine with it. She couldn't believe it. I think she was fine more with the ring size, too. Because, you know, my mom, she a material lady.
I still haven't seen the ring. We're going to have to see the ring after the podcast. I want to see.
I'm
Thomas,
wondering why.
I'm so proud of you. Go ahead, Keita. I mean, Gina.
Nah, go on. I was just going to say, I'm wondering why we ain't seen the ring in the group chat already. I don't even understand that.
Right. What's happening, Gina?
I don't even know. I think she's getting a little hostility over there now because her man is moving differently through the universe. Yo, that is so freaking awesome. So let me ask you, Keita. In this new Thomas, right? Do you feel differently?
Yes. That's why we had that kind of talk, like pillow talk, about how different I feel. It just made my anxiety and stuff, like, you know, pick up, because I was like, well, dang, he treating me so good. This is something I'm not used to. You know, I just felt really different. I felt like something bad was going to happen.
Right, but I mean, like, after that, right? Because that was like a moment in time, and hopefully that's not a feeling or a fear, right, that is still continuing with you, like, on a daily basis. So that was, you know, then, and you had the conversation, and so, like, now in your as he's being different and giving you, I'm assuming these are assumptions, right? Giving you at least some of what you've been asking for, or what you feel that you need, or just now you're special. He's treating you special, to use his own words. So a lot of times, like, so I'm just asking, have you had a different response
do you feel differently? Are you?
Yeah. Do you feel valued, or is that what you mean, Gina?
Yeah, or like sometimes, right? Like if I'm unhappy with Al on yesterday, right? Because he was doing like whatever, or a few days ago, and when he approaches me, I'm feeling some kind of way, right? So I'm not necessarily loving. I'm not necessarily, I'm just in my feelings because I'm feeling some kind of way. But then as Al, you know, um, changes or tries to make up for whatever I'm angry about, or then I begin to soften, and so I can let him back in, right? I can love him again 5 days ago before he pissed me off. So I'm just saying, we react and respond to what we receive or don't receive from other people. And so I'm just wondering, like, has there been a shift for you? It may be too early. It may have happened immediately. Like, I don't know. So I'm just wondering, are you feeling any kind of difference on the inside in response to his newness?
I'm back to the levels with me.
Wait, what you said, Keith? You back to the what?
Real, and I'm gonna be up front. So it's back to the levels. So I feel different. I wouldn't say that I feel complete yet. But I do feel different, and I feel different because I feel a little satisfied inside. You know what I'm saying? And you know how you can be stressed. I don't have that much stress when I see that he's helping out more with the kids, and he's like, cleaning and, doing his part.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I'm talking about all the extra stuff you're doing, like cleaning and stuff.
Oh.
See, he's the same person, y'all. So, I do feel like a part of me kind of like, just like lifted, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel that heavy. So I do feel that.
That's a wonderful thing.
And then other than that, things that we, I try to get him to talk because I am a talker. And then I was like, we need to start working on this step. Like, let's start talking about, where we going to move and where we going to get to this and this and this and that. But other than that, I do feel different because I do feel like some part of me, all the heaviness has lifted some. Yes.
Ooh, Thomas, yes.
Love it. Yeah, y'all don't be over there making no babies now. Just because y'all got remarried,
yeah,
don't mean that you need to start having more children.
This is so beautiful.
She's like, nah, yeah. It really is. And it is absolutely refreshing.
Yes, very refreshing.
It really is. And Thomas, you have been resurrected.
And it's so funny because when you start, I truly believe that when you go through stuff with your spouse and you start learning how to love each other differently in different ways. It is a consistent choice because I don't believe that we change as people. I do believe that we get that we choose to move differently in situations, and that's beautiful. But to make that choice consistently every day in different moments throughout the day, it does alter you. It does make you feel different. It does. It's just different, and I definitely think it feels better. It feels good. I know that I've experienced that in my relationship with JR with all the stuff we have put ourselves through. But to learn to love him differently, to learn to respect him, to learn to see him as not just a man, but as my man, as my husband, to respect him in his place as my husband, Jesus, that has been so refreshing. Like, and to give him that, because for so long I was not giving him that. I was like, no, you don't deserve this right now. And I remember one time my husband, he had said to me, and he says it joking, but when he said this to me, I was like, does he really fucking think that's it? And he said to me one day, he was like, bitch, I married you. Like, not bitch, but he was like, come on, like, what more do you want? Like, that's it. That's all I needed to do. And I was looking at him like he was crazy. Like, okay, so you married me. That it doesn't stop there. Like, there's so much more to this, we got to learn how to dance with each other. And I'm
Those were jokes, by the way.
That was what?
Those were jokes, by the way. But yeah.
But I'm grateful to him for putting in his part and for wanting to continue to do this dance. So yeah. Feels good.
Yeah.
It's got to. It has to feel good.
Mm-hmm.
For both of you, really, right? To even, like you said, Ladine, to make that decision and to want to change, like you said, Thomas, and that was the missing piece. Like everybody, you've got to want to. But yeah, that's kind of what I meant, Keita. Like, so I can only imagine that you feel lighter.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're able to let go of, the stress and maybe even some of the anger or bitterness, right, that you had about him not doing whatever it is that you wanted him to do. And so that's a great place to be. I'm so excited for you guys. Like, and then our listeners have so many more gems coming from you too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I said, the dopest podcast. Stuff just happening. Oh my God, I love it. Fantastic testimony, right? So 20 years down the line, when y'all tell this story, when you tell your story to your the children as they get older to understand, or your oldest, how he understands it now, that had to be so dope for him to watch his dad do that,
and for even you to make him a part of it.
Well, I was going to say, even that piece before, and trusting him with the ring, like that was huge for him.
Right.
Like, yo, my dad's main man. Like,
Right.
Yeah, dope. I'm telling you. Oh, dope.
Question to Al and Jay. And either one of y'all could go first. How do y'all feel about this? Like, watching your boy, just make changes and differences. Like, I always wonder sometimes, like, how men communicate, with their stuff. Because us women, shoot, I'm always bigging somebody up and giving somebody love for it. But like, how do y'all feel? Like, just watching this.
I think it's dope. Like I just told Pooh, like I just told Thomas, I'm proud of him. And like one thing, anybody that listens to our show knows that we're not bashful about how we feel about each other as brothers. So, we're not bashful about critiquing each other, telling each other when we got to do better. But we're also not bashful about telling each other when we've done well and that we love each other and we're proud of each other. We've never been bashful about that. So, for one, Pooh to acknowledge and to take action on, any kind of betterment in your relationship. And, that's dope. And, especially, the world doesn't get to see that as a whole very often, to see, black men take love as a priority, and take family and relationships and the women in our lives as a priority. And they definitely don't get to see us evolve and grow, because we spend so much time as black men in this country not having access to our full gamut of emotions, because we always have to stay in this lane to protect people from us. So it's powerful that you're able to touch that and share that and take action on it. So, that's huge. And in growth, man, I know a lot of that coming to that realization made you uncomfortable, and that's where growth comes from, man. So I'm proud of you. And Keith, I'm proud of you for accepting and holding him in a place where you allow him to grow and giving him the grace to be better for himself and for you, and not to hold anything against him and allow him to grow. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
I think for me, I'm happy for him and her. I think, honestly, I'm not shocked, surprised. Like, I guess for me, Pooh is somebody he is about betterment and growth. That's how he shows up to me. So it's not inconsistent with who I know him to be. And I also know him as a man who adores his wife. So again, none of this is inconsistent with the Pooh I knew a year ago. So this is who he's manifesting now, but he's
been this human.
That's who he is to me, and it's growth, but Pooh is a person who is growing, you know what I mean? Like, he's not, I don't see him as a person who settles. He chooses and so, you know what I mean? Like, this is just him choosing to be this person, but it is very consistent with who I see him as. And, but I'm happy to hear the emotion. I'm happy how it's received. Cause I'm all about happiness and love. So I'm very happy for them.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all trying to get deep on folks for real.
No, that was dope though. They did that. I'm so proud of you guys for even looking at it, in these perspectives. Yeah, it was good to hear that from y'all. I love this. This is Keita. Look at all this stuff, right? Look at all of this beautifulness happening. Keita, man, listen. You better be sitting there with a big smile on your face, just feeling all types of love. I mean, this is fucking beautiful. I tell you, boy, ain't nothing. For me, I'm just a hopeless romantic. So for me, nothing is more beautiful than to see the way a man loves his woman, man. Because when a man loves a woman, the way a woman shows up and she just walks into the room, like, I say it all the time because it is just beautiful. And it's like this, what is it called? It's like this ripple effect, and I truly believe that when other women are loved correctly, it definitely, it seeps out. It seeps out into the world. It seeps out into different relationships. When people see love, I believe that people want to love. And I just, oh my God, I love it. I love it. Yes. So proud of y'all.
I think you're going to get lucky tonight, JR.
Yeah.
Not in these COVID streets, homie.
No, not yet.
That Roro is, the COVID is real.
Right.
I'm knocking at the door over here.
Hey, I respect that hater.
No. The only thing I'm getting is probably I'm gonna have to bribe him to rub some oils on my back so I can sleep good tonight.
Nah, I don't think after how Thomas laid it down tonight, I don't think you're gonna have to beg for anything tonight, Lady.
I do want to say, Keita almost made me throw everything out the window. Right?
Oh God!
I got it.
Boy. Hey, it's progress, man. Progress.
The remix.
You had to talk about the next.
So I'm already sitting on the ring, right? So I got everything. I'm already thinking about how I'm putting the puzzle together. So and I knew what I wanted, but I didn't have time to get out there and get it. So I knew exactly what I want. Went to go get it, and she calls me, Thomas, what are you doing? What are you doing out there? And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, it's almost Christmas time. So you know what? I can't even do 12 days with you. It's over. Let's just end it now. No 12 days. And I was like, yo,
Jesus.
It's over. It's over. And see, if I didn't have such a sense of humor, I probably would have been blown up about that. But I have a really weak sense of humor. Like all of us, me, Jay, I know we have a weird sense of humor. So, and I just found that extremely funny. But she was like, yeah, you know what? It's over. We can't do shit. Like 12 days.
It's 6 days of Christmas. Forget about it.
You know what? You only get 3 days.
Right. 3.5.
I was like, you crazy, man. You crazy.
Wow. Oh, man.
Well, I'm glad you throw it out the window.
Right.
Right.
So we asked this question before, like overall through our relationships. But for this past, since we didn't have a Christmas show, I want each of you, what was your favorite Christmas gift this year?
This year.
Gina, you first.
Well, damn.
I'll get you back. Hey, that was for everybody who Gina's called on first. That was for all of y'all that Gina's called on first and put us on the spot. We get this payback for all of us.
Right.
Gina, you first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right because I'm ready. I'm
Oh,
better
word.
than y'all. I'm ready.
Yeah. Show off.
So I'm going to go with my foot bath.
Ooh,
I got a foot bath, and it was my favorite gift because he listened. And so a couple of weeks ago, I was soaking my feet, and the one that I had was really old. One of the functions didn't work, and it doesn't heat the water. And so I made mention of that, and bam, Christmas gift.
Word.
Yes, Al. Good job, Al.
Hot foot water at your service. That's what I'm talking
I'm
about.
saying, and I used it today, and my feet are beautiful.
I've never had one that heated up. I've never had a foot bath that heated up at the same time.
Either. But I'm like in 2021. Well, it was 2020 then. But I'm like, it's got to be out there. Like, I know it exists.
Got to be out there. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My foot bath is like 15 years old. So, okay. So I know it got to exist. And it does. And he got it. And my feet are beautiful.
Nice. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Keita, what was your favorite gift?
Oh.
This year Thomas went all out, y'all. That kind of overwhelmed me a little bit, but I took it in. I can take it. I think my favorite gift for Christmas was my heart earrings. At first, I was like, "Oh, these are pretty," but then I was like, "Oh, I wear hoops." But then when I tried them on, they fit my face real nice. I love them.
Nice.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Good stuff.
She said that. See, I can't get nothing for you.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm a girl. I said, see, that's why I can't get nothing
I said
for you.
I wear hoops, but I was like, let me try them on. But I told you, I was like, oh yeah, these fit nice.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta let me
know. Word. Good job, Thomas. Ladine, what's your favorite gift?
Man, listen, this 12 Days of Christmas stuff ain't no joke. I thought last year was good. He pulled out all the stops and whistles, all the bells and whistles this year, and I'm just so grateful to my husband for using his brain and like really getting creative with these gifts. So he just did his thing all around. I'm going to have to say, of course, my favorite one. I got a laptop, y'all, and he could have stopped there. He really could have. He didn't have to keep going, but he did. But I got my laptop for Christmas, a new laptop. I am 39 years old. I've never had my own laptop brand new out the box. And so I know that probably sounds a little crazy, but it's a fact. And yeah, I'm loving it. I mean, I loved everything, down to my stocking stuffers. Like, he really did his thing. So I'm very appreciative. My husband, he did this thing this year where he went and he purchased a huge portion of my gifts and supported Black women businesses. And they were just dope. Everything about them was dope. He actually, put thought into them, and it was dope. So I'm really grateful. Yeah, everything about it was great.
Good.
Yeah, points.
Yeah, he's got mad points, yo. Like, he's got extra points. He did great. So how about you, Jay?
I'm getting to the guys. I'm
okay.
Back up off.
Right. See, hijack me. Right. I guess there's a method to this. Al, swinging back around to you. Now that my wife and my sister's out the way. Al.
Ladine, is it okay if I answer?
Right. Can Al answer your question?
Al, don't you start with me.
Oh, I'm starting. Back up off me too.
All right, Mr. G.
So, my favorite gift was our consulting business bought my wife a chair. So it wasn't me, it was a bonus gift from the company, for the record.
Nice.
And it was a Christmas gift. And the chair, so my wife spends 80% of her professional time sitting at a desk in a chair. And in the past, it was kind of like a real awkward office chair, like that you would just have sitting at a conference table, something that not even a good one. And so to, get her a nice comfortable chair that reclines and rolls and makes that experience a little bit better, and to do it with the bonus opportunities we had to kind of reward coming from our business, I thought was kind of cool, and she appreciated it, and I kind of hid it from her. It was kind of one of the last gifts that was given. It was kind of a reveal because I kind of had it hid in plain sight, just kind of sitting somewhere with a jacket covering it, and all the kids were like, ooh, and just whip it off, and they was like, oh. So,
nice.
Yeah, that was my favorite gift.
Good stuff.
So he made it a point to stress that it was a Glenfin Associates gift, because we were supposed to this year, what was it, $50? We had a $50 limit. We were only, $50 limit on our gifts, because in October and November, we bought ourselves bedroom furniture and living room furniture.
Translation.
Oh, well, that's a big deal, yo.
Wait. Like, I mean, honestly though,
yeah,
I do appreciate both of them now, and that's usually how this works in our household. Like after the fact, I'll appreciate it. But for the record, she bought it for herself.
All right, gotcha.
Oh, I did. Let me say this. I bought it for us, right? Knowing that my husband operates that way, and he's not going to. He's going to give me pushback. He's going to resist, like all the way until he wouldn't even go shopping with me. Like, this is how much he didn't. He was like, I don't even care what furniture you get, as long as I don't have to go with you.
No, as long as you like it, really was why.
I'm sorry.
Because it's. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I tell your story.
Because listen, we were looking at bedroom furniture on the computer, and he liked one that I didn't particularly care for. So I was like, oh, well, Al, let's just go. And he was like, you know what? You can get whichever one you like. I don't even care, as long as I don't have to go to the store. You didn't say that, boo?
I probably did. That sounds like something I was.
Anyway, as you all know, those are huge expenses. And so I was like, okay, let's just, do $50 limit on the gifts for Christmas, because this was really like our Christmas, like, because that's a lot of money. And so he agreed and then came in with multiple gifts. And so his response was, well, I didn't buy it. The company bought it. This is your Christmas bonus from the company. And so I'll take it either way, and it was one of those things, like, while I knew I didn't have an appropriate chair, like, it's one of those things, like, you just kind of deal with and you don't realize, like, how bad it was until you get something different. And so when I sat in that chair, I was like, oh my God, like, I can't believe I was sitting in that other chair all this time. So yes, it was perfect. Loved it.
Nice. Beautiful. All right. Thomas, hit me with it, man. What's your favorite Christmas gift?
Man, my favorite gift was actually the ring. And I know that's not something that I was given, but I wanted to give it so badly. So, that gave me the most joy.
Okay. Cool. All right. My favorite was of the gifts that I received, hands down. My wife did a great job this year. Again, this 12 days thing it's amazing. Like, the feeling that it gives you, and like the expanded feeling that it gives you is great, especially once your kids are past the age of Christmas, of believing. So it gives you something to look forward
they
to.
was open.
Right.
They were open for us. Like, yeah,
Right.
I can't wait till Daddy opens that one. Yeah, I can't wait till Mommy opens that one.
Right. And we've all got kids that are past, at least one kid that are past the age of believing. So once that fun goes, it's hard to find the fun in Christmas. So this 12 days just kind of gives the fun back to it. So for me, my wife got me, so maybe this might have been in like May or June. I went to this Lumber Liquidators with my kids, and looking at flooring and stuff like that, shit I like to do. And they had these cutting boards in there. And I was like, yo, that's a dope ass cutting board. If y'all want to get me something for Christmas, get me this. Never thought anything else about it. And my wife got it for me for Christmas. So it's a teak wood cutting board. So it's like a butcher's block. So it's authentic. It's beautiful. And to look at, I find beauty and shit like that. And teak wood, I'm not sure if you know, it's a lot like cedar, where it's immune to bugs. It's immune to mold. So as a cutting board, it's amazing because you don't get all these germs and build up in it. So it's a beautiful cutting board, and it's hands down my favorite. I can't wait to put it to use. So thanks for it.
You ain't used it yet?
No, because I haven't. I ain't really cooked nothing worthy of it yet. So this shit gonna be special. It's like it's gonna be a moment my first time using this shit. Yeah. We might have to have a segment on the first time I use this shit. So,
videotape it.
Absolutely.
Lady.
Yeah, it'll be like Pooh's proposal. Me and my cutting board first time. Yeah. So.
But okay, my bad.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. No, so I just want to real quick. It's something I received. I want to say something I received was probably AirPods, because I've been actually looking for about 2.5 years.
Nice.
And I hadn't pulled the trigger on them. And so Keita, she got me a pair of those. And I'm really enjoying it.
Cool. And that's also the beauty. And I know we discussed those Christmases where we make that mistake and say, nah, let's not even get each other nothing. Let's save some money and don't get nothing. So we've already discussed how big of a mistake that shit is. But
don't do it, yo.
Right.
Don't do
it. But also the beauty in stuff like that, like you just mentioned, is when we are exchanging gifts, sometimes you do get something when, like you said, you just can't pull the trigger on yourself, and your spouse pulls the trigger for you, and you're like, you know what? Thank you, because it's something you really want. But sometimes we have problems buying ourselves things, and I know we talked about this on the other show before, and Pumi and you talk about this all the time. As men and as fathers and husbands, sometimes we have issues buying ourselves things because we're so caught up in providing that we forget that we have to provide for ourselves as well. So to have your wife pull the trigger for you it's a great feeling sometimes.
Do you, Al? Do you feel that way?
What way? What part of what he's like? What part are you?
This statement that he said, that as men, as fathers, husbands, you are providing for others so much that you forget to provide for yourself. That sentiment.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think you have to be intentional because it is real easy to stay in a lane of just prioritizing others and not taking time and resources to look after yourself. I think that's real. Yeah. You got to be intentional about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I had to tell, I just had to tell JR about a couple of years ago, like, look, I ain't buying you nothing no more. Seriously, I was very serious too, and I was adamant about it. And he was like, "What are you talking about? Well, why are you not buying? What do you mean?" And I was like, "Because it's important for you to buy yourself things. You know, it's important for you, even if it's just even every paycheck. If all you do is buy yourself a shirt or a pair of socks, like you have to get yourself something." My grandmother instilled that in my mom. My mom passed it down to me and my sisters. Like, you got to do something for yourself. And it's not just that, but it's also raising men, raising boys. It's important for them to see him take care of himself. It's important for them to see him, buy himself underwear, socks, go to the store. If you can't find it in the store, you can't find it here, then show them to go to the next store. They don't always have to get something in this spot. You know what I mean? Just, to me, that stuff is very basic, but like y'all said, it does get lost in translation when you're providing and you think you're showing them enough because you're consistently providing, and unfortunately they do have to see a little more.
But you want to make sure they know, though, as men, you don't come first.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I want my son to understand, like, as a provider, like, yes, take care of yourself, but understand, like, others, like, by providing, they come first.
Absolutely.
That's why you do what you do, for them, not for you. You do this for them.
All right.
I mean, I get that. But
I don't think it's
a cup. Sorry, go ahead, Gina.
Yeah, I agree, and I don't think it's an either or.
I didn't say. I said also. I said and.
Yeah,
I agree with you. It's not an either or. It's a both.
It's a both and. Right.
Yeah, and just to like, as men, for stuff like that, sometimes we have to be reminded. Because things that are in front of us, a lot of times we don't really pay attention to. So, sometimes y'all, we do have to be reminded. So, it's good that, like Pooh said, he couldn't pull the trigger. And sometimes we can't pull the trigger because we live in this constant, like, space of, man, if, I know I do. So, a lot of times it's, man, if I pull the trigger on this and something go wrong, we screwed. So, and I tell my wife this all the time, like, my wife has the luxury of going to buy something for herself every check because she knows if something goes wrong, she can come to me. I don't have that luxury. So a lot of times I have to say, you know what? I can't pull the trigger this time because if something goes wrong, I don't have that luxury of going to somebody. This shit gonna fall on me. And that's just how it is. Right, wrong, or indifferent. If my wife's car is dirty, ain't nobody looking at her like, yo, why your car dirty? They gonna say, why your husband didn't wash your fucking car? That shit falls on me. So it's just how it is.
I mean, I just have when resources were scarce, I think a mentality of mine was, if anybody's going to do it out, it's going to be me.
Right.
And I think when you have that as the mindset, I agree. It does. You do have to sometimes work yourself out of that mindset and be like, you know what? It's okay that you don't have to do without this time, or, you know, walk away from something you might want to buy and just say, you know what? No, buy it. You know, you're okay. You don't have to do without it. Go ahead, get it. But I think there is an orientation as a provider that you might, if someone has to do it out, son, it's you. Now the job is to make sure no one has to do it out.
Right.
And as long as it's plentiful, then I believe I should get it first.
Right. Right. Yeah, damn right. Yeah.
If the bountiful is, then Dad, come get the piece of turkey you want, my homie. What one you want? And we'll get, you know, but if it was only one piece, you know what? I ain't eating today.
Right, because there are times where you're in the store and, like you said, if things are going great and things are bountiful, then you're like, man, I want this. Man, fuck them kids. I'm getting this.
Right, I'm getting it.
Right.
They'll get it when they come up here next time, but I'm getting mine today.
I'm right.
I do have to remind him though, and I'm happy to remind him. I'm absolutely happy to be like, you got to get yourself something new, or you got to do something else for yourself. And then not just that, I mean, I think probably in the last year and a half, it's like, all right, I know that I told him he needs to do for himself, but I actually enjoy getting him things. I enjoy buying stuff for him because he really does appreciate it. And I like being able to get him things. I feel like he deserves it. I feel like he's more than deserving of it. And it's like sometimes if I don't go and get him things, he doesn't remember that he needs things.
That's true.
I think that's Gina. Like, you know, there's countless shoes and shirts and stuff that I'm sure she has finally just said, you know what? If I don't get my husband some damn shorts, he ain't gonna get himself some shorts. So let me just go on and get him 3 or 4 pair and bring them on in and be like, hey, I got you some shorts.
Right.
Honestly, I'm looking like, you know what I mean? I don't need no more shorts.
Right.
Like, I'll do without shorts.
Right. It's the office chair effect. I didn't know how bad this shit was until I got a new one. Now this shit, like, yeah.
The office chair effect. That's great. I love this.
But no. I mean, Gina, I know we're getting close to the end, but I just want to thank y'all. And when I say y'all, I mean the 5 of you and all of our listeners out there. You know, for this is our first time being all together in this new year. So, you know, thank y'all for this past year of everything that's going on in Defy Life and One Eye Shut, and for Gina, Ladine, Keita, thank y'all for trusting us because y'all know how crazy we get on the other show. So thank y'all for being our partners in life as well as on this show. We appreciate you. We love you. And let's rock this thing out, man. Let's keep growing it. And also, big things coming for Defy Life, man. I want to let everybody know that, Thomas, you know, but letting everybody here know and everybody out there know that Defy Life gear will soon be available in certain stores in Columbia, South Carolina. So big ups to Defy Life, man. So y'all keep supporting. We got blessings upon blessings, man. Again, ladies, thank you. We love y'all.
No doubt. Well said. Well said.
Well said. I don't think anything else needs to be said. We could drop the mic right there.
Damn.
Hey. Right. But ditto to what Jay has said in regards to our listeners and the support of Defy Life. It's been great. Defy Life is doing great things, going to continue to do great things, and I think we are all happy and blessed to be a part on whatever level that we are. So thank you, Jay, for your leadership in this. And for the rest of the crew, just thank y'all. I'm looking forward to a new year of podcasting with you. But this show was great. There was just love all the way around, right? And so thank you, Keita and Thomas, for bringing it. Nah, forget that. Thomas, thank you for bringing it. Bringing it, rating differently,
all the business,
like all the way. So setting us off, setting your family off for a great start in 2021.
And then just sharing the gifts and stuff, right? So thank you for that question, JR, because in that, it was still nothing but love.
Right.
Right? Just loving the gifts, loving the person that gave it to you, loving the person you gave it to. Like, y'all, once again, we are what? Dope.
Dope.
It's dope. And that's it. Good night, y'all. We will see you next week. Same time, same channel.
Yes, good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, y'all.
We're told that greatness is exceptional when it should be expected. You choose every day to live your life intentionally, without apology for how bright your light may shine. So go be great. Go be brilliant. Go be you. Go defy life. The Defy Life movement is one that speaks to each of us in its own way. Defy Life Gear speaks to us all by reminding us that one size does not fit all. Visit defylifegear.com to get fitted for greatness.